These are the rules on the Smart Kids show. Put off your radio set when you get through to the show, or turn down the volume on your radio set. No side comments cause it leads to disqualification. No distractions, no whispers, no telling of answers. You have 60 seconds to answer your questions. You can say next if you do not know the answers to the questions, but you are permitted to say next twice. You must be between the ages of 5 and 11 to participate. Answer 5 questions correctly and win a minimum of 5,000 naira.
From 10 to 1, join in with me, then you will see how far we'll go. But before I lift off, one thing I must know. Can you count down? Ooh, count down. This rocket's about to take off. Let me see you count down. Ooh, count down. This rocket's about to take off. Let's go. 10, 9.
Okay, but before we start this morning, it's only normal to let you know that this show is specifically for children that fall between the age bracket of 5 and 11. So yes, if you're between that age bracket, you are qualified to call in on the show. And you listen to the instructions, no distractions, and no one should help you when it comes to answering your questions. Now, we're going to pay some bills shortly, and when we get back, we'll pick calls immediately. The magical numbers for you to punch on your phones: 0705 5000 949. You can also call 0809 7000 949. Better still, try 0906 2000 949.
Count down. This rocket's about to take off. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
Tifa bá wọlé tọ́ ní fàáfàá làájìfà. 32 FM, the happiness station, is ready to spread happiness again. Yes, ke? Then don't reach for us to make our listeners smile again. Oh, are you ready? Ṣé ti dúró dédé? Àwùfù bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ don land like traffic light. If true, data is life. Na if you say recharge card go come you wait you. If your finger is fast and you are feeling lucky on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, then keep your dial locked on 32 FM 949 fẹ̀yìn. Nítorí òjò recharge card yóò máa rọ̀ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun, Ọjọ́rú àti Ọjọ́bọ̀. Ìyẹn ò ní pé every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, time go reach you. Àwùfù bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ go dey ṣẹlẹ̀ on top 32 FM 94.9 by 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. Congo reach 7 p.m. Lẹ́yìn tó túmọ̀ sí pé láago 8 òwúrọ̀, aago 11 àárọ̀, aago 1 ọ̀sán, aago 5 àti aago 7 àṣálẹ́. If it be red network, if it be green network, it still fit be yellow network. Any which way na way, your own na to stay alert and stay active on 32 FM. Ló bá tán, mọ́ gọ́ọ̀kì ẹ̀ la fàwọ́dá.
You want like Vinny Junior? Èmi tí mo phenomenal gangan.
Pour it, taste it, the richness so amazing. For your cereal, tea and purple, Dano evaporated milk. Pour it, taste it, creamy and delicious. Dano evaporated milk.
Now you can enjoy a great creamy taste with Dano Full Cream and Dano Cool Cow Evaporated Milk. Try it and taste the Dano difference.
Golden penny pasta, what's your reason? What's your reason, oh? Everybody gather round. Come and hear the news in town. From the kitchen to my heart, every single body's a thrill. With every bowl I share, I find more reasons.
There are more reasons to love Golden Penny Pasta, enriched with protein and fiber for you and your loved ones. Golden Penny Pasta, great taste, good nutrition.
You must must have heard about Cocoa Box. If you have not, you are sleeping on a bicycle. Oh. Over 500,000 is paid every week. With just 200 naira, you can play to win 10,000 naira by dialing *347*253#. Raffle draws are live on radio Mondays through Fridays at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. and on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. 10 lucky winners will be selected on weekdays and 5 winners on Saturday. To play, just dial *347*253# on any network or visit www.ko-cocobox.fun. Again, it's *347*253#. Please note that the bank account that will appear is Titan Paystack. Don't be caught napping. Cocoa Box is in partnership with 32FM 94.9 Ibadan. The more you play, the more your chances of winning big.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Tobichio.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, so. It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NANKID 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NANKID 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM 94.9, the antidote to depression.
Hey, isn't this a good morning?
Yes, indeed. Good morning to you, wherever it is that you're listening to 32 FM 94.9. Now, the numbers to call 070550949, 0809 You can also call 0906 2000 Today is the 22nd day in the 4th month, and of course, we have how many more days till we resume school? 6 more days. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, my darling. What is your name, your age, and the name of your school?
My name is Anthony Judah. The name of my school is 𝐂𝐿 Academy.
Good morning, Judah. Are you ready for school? Are you preparing for resumption? We have 6 more days to wrap up our holiday.
Yes, ma'am.
And have you submitted your back to school list? Is there anything you need to buy before you resume? Is it your stationery? Is it your bag? Is it your school shoes, your socks? Have you submitted your list to mommy already?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to believe that that is true. Please do that on time so that mommy can make sure everything is ready before you resume on Monday. Adeni Judah, how old are you again for those who are just meeting you?
I am 8 years old.
Okay, and you're in what class?
Primary 3.
Primary 3. All right, darling. It's time to answer your questions this morning. We start with mathematics. How many weeks are there in 2 years? How many weeks do we have in 2 years?
104.
104. That is correct. Please spell the word converter. Converter.
CONVER.
Yes.
TER.
Okay. The full meaning of GSM and the year it was introduced in Nigeria. Give me the full meaning of GSM and the year it was introduced in Nigeria.
Jaloba. Next.
Okay, now there are dash number of muscles in the human body. A 638, B 637, C 639. Which is your answer? 638, 637, 639. How many muscles do we have in the human body?
637.
637, that is not correct. Now, a farmer had 20 cows. Due to a disease, all but 11 cows died. How many cows does he have now?
9.
9 cows. That is not correct. Thank you very much, Adeni Judah. I'm going to give you the correction to the questions you did not get. A farmer had 20 cows. Due to a contagious disease, all but 11 cows died. How many cows does he have now? He has 11. All but 11. That means every other cow died but 11. So the answer is 11. There are dash number of muscles in the human body. It is 639, not 637. What is the full meaning of GSM And when was it introduced in Nigeria? I want to see if somebody is going to give me that answer this morning. We've asked that question time over time on the Smart Kids show. Now, that is one question that you should be able to tell Auntie Sumbo. 070550949, 0809 Those are the numbers to call to be part of the Smart Kids show this morning. Okay, now children, like I told Judah, you need to submit your lists. Okay, submit your list so that mommy will be able to, and mommy and daddy will be able to get ready before Monday. Okay, so let me see if the next caller will be able to give me the full definition of GSM. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, my darling. What is your name, your age, and the name of your school?
My name is Elani Daniel. I'm 11 years old.
Oh, you're Judah's brother?
No.
Okay. All right, Daniel. You are 11 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're calling from where?
Urogun.
The name of your school, darling?
ISI.
ISI. Okay, welcome, Daniel. Now, can you tell Auntie Sumbo, it's not a bonus question, but I want to be sure that you know what it is. Now, what is the full meaning of GSM?
Global System Mobile.
Okay, Global System Mobile. You have an idea. So, yes, I'll give you half. All right. Are you ready to answer your questions this morning, Daniel?
Yes, ma'am.
We start with mathematics. First question. Listen well and give me the correct answer. Tunde and Timmy are two boys whose ages add up to 23. Tunde is 5 years older than Timmy. How old are they? I repeat. Tunde and Timmy are two boys whose ages add up to 23. Tunde is 5 years older than Timmy. How old are they? So how old are the two of them each?
21.
21. Thank you very much. That is not correct. Please spell the word cascade. Cascade. Spell the word cascade. Cascade. Yes.
CAGE.
That is correct. Now tell me the country or where we can find the tallest building in the world. The tallest, Dubai. And the name of that building is?
Great Wall of China.
Oh no, how can you find the Great Wall of China in Dubai? All right, so let's move to the next question. Sweet potato is an example of a modified A, plant, B, root, C, tree. Sweet potato is an example of a modified root. That is correct. Now, the final question this morning. How many number of ribs do we have in the human body? A, 30, B, 45, C, 24. How many number of ribs do we have in the human body? 40. Okay, thank you very much. That is not correct, but the answer is 30. Okay, we have, the answer is 24. I beg your pardon. We have 24 ribs in the human body. Now, the world's tallest building can be found in Dubai, and the name is Burj Khalifa. We've done that time over time on the Smart Kids show. Now let's go back to the maths question. Tunde and Timmy are two boys whose ages add up to 23. Okay? Tunde is 5 years older than Timmy. How old are they each? Tunde is 9 while Timmy is 14. Okay? Tunde is 9 while Timmy is 14. Okay? Thank you very much. That is the answer. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, my darling. What is your name?
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I can hear you loud and clear. What is your name, your age, and the name of your school?
My name is Odola Princess.
Good morning, Princess. How old is Princess?
7.
7. That stands for perfection. Okay, and the name of Princess's school?
Christ Redeemer Nursery and Primary School.
Christ Redeemer's Nursery and Primary School. All right, Princess, welcome to the Smart Kids show. Are you ready to answer your questions this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Princess, are you ready for resumption? You are not too young. Yeah, you are ready, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when are you resuming? Can you remind Auntie Sumbo?
On the 28th.
On the 28th, and that is on Monday. If you have not submitted your list to mommy, please do that now. I don't want you to start crying on Monday morning. Mommy, my shoes are not good again, oh, and you didn't tell mommy, okay? Make sure you tell mommy now. All right, Princess, it is time to answer questions on the Smart Kids show. Princess is 7, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we start with mathematics and then we move on to other subjects. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
First question. If we minus 712 from 1,500, how much do we get? I repeat, if we minus 712 from 1,500, how much do we get?
$788.
788, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that is correct. Now, please, it's time to spell, and your word is triangle. Spell triangle for Auntie Sumbo. Yes.
CIANGLE.
That is correct. Now, in which continent can we find the Sahara Desert? In which continent can we find the Sahara Desert?
Africa.
That is correct. We move to the next question. Name 5 countries that start with letter E. 5 countries that start with letter E in the world.
Europe.
Okay. All right. That's one. 5 countries. Okay, I guess you were confused there. You mentioned a continent and not a country. Europe is a continent. Now, these little mistakes we make sometimes. We're trying to address the fact, how many planets do we have? How many continents do we have? I asked, which continent can we find the Sahara Desert? Maybe that's what confused you. But then if I ask you to mention 5 countries that start with letter E, Equatorial Guinea, we have Egypt, we have El Salvador, we have Eritrea. There are a couple of countries that start with letter E. Okay, we have Ethiopia. Okay, these are countries that start with letter E. And then I can also ask the question in a way and say, okay, mention 5 countries that start with letter E in Africa. Okay, that's when you can mention, okay, Egypt. Okay, you can mention Ethiopia. All right, these are Equatorial Guinea. These are countries that you can mention. All right, 070550949, 0809700949. Those are the numbers to call to be part of the Smart Kids show. Now, if you try those 2 numbers, you can also call 0906 200949 if you're finding it hard to get through the first 2 numbers. Now, we're going to go on a short break. When we get back, okay? All right, I was told, let's continue. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, darling. What is your name, your age, and the name of your school?
My name is Timothy Adokpaya. I am 8 years old. The name of my school is UI Baptist Nursery and Primary School.
Good morning, Timothy. How are you doing, my sweetheart?
Fine, ma.
Are you ready for resumption?
Yes, ma.
Okay, so have you submitted your back to school list? Or have you packed your things? Because Monday is just around the corner. We're resuming on Monday. Have you done that?
No.
Okay, make sure you do that before the weekend, okay? I like the fact that you are being honest. All right, Timothy. So let's get right into the questions this morning. Question number 1. Multiply 100,000 by 0. What would you get? 100,000 by 0. 0. All right, please spell the word. And your word is consignment. Consignment.
CORCEN. MENT.
That is not correct. Now, next question. Dash is the science and art of cultivating land to produce plants and rearing of animals.
Agriculture.
That is correct. We move to the next question. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, darling. Your question is... Can you tell Auntie Sumbo the currency that is spent in Russia? We have done it on the show last week. Currency spent in Russia. Let's go. What currency, what type of money do they spend in Russia, basically? What kind of money do they spend in Russia? Let's go. Let's go. We've done it. We've done it on the show last week. Come on, think. What kind of currency do they spend in Russia? Let's go. You can say next now. Don't dwell on only this. Why now? In as much as you were trying to remember, you can still say next, and Auntie Sumbo will remind you. Now, we did this on the show last week, Thursday. Russian ruble. Russian ruble. Okay? I didn't want to give you options because I'm sure If I mention it, you would actually have an idea. So it is the Russian ruble. That is what is spent in Russia. 070550949, 0809 Now, when you take note of all these countries and some of the things that they do, you will find out that there are some interesting facts about some countries. There are some things that you would learn about countries and you'll be like, wow. So things like this happen around the world. For example, if you take a look at Ethiopia, okay, Ethiopia is an African country, okay? It is an African country in East Africa, okay? It is an African country and it is located in East Africa, all right? And there are many things that you can learn about Ethiopia. For me, I found those things kind of interesting, okay? For example, their national symbol, the animal on their national symbol is called the Lion of Judah. Okay, that's something that you can, that's something that is interesting. And of course, it is also the capital of Addis Ababa. So if I ask you that what's the capital of Ethiopia, for example, it is Addis Ababa. Okay, and it has hot and dry. It's hot and dry in Ethiopia. Okay, there are also some interesting facts about Ethiopia. Ethiopia runs its own time. Okay, so if somebody from Ethiopia is calling in on the show, their time is totally different. Okay, it is totally different. They have a lot of festivals in Ethiopia. For example, there's also a fact that coffee also was discovered in Ethiopia. Okay, Ethiopia is also one of the oldest countries. The time the sun sets in Ethiopia is different. Okay, so these are some of the facts that you can learn about countries, and just in case you travel there. Okay, we also have Kenya. Kenya is also a tourist site where people travel to. Nigeria as well also has some facts because we have different cultures. We have different ethnic groups in Nigeria. So that's why we learn these things. So we learn the language they speak. We learn the money they spend. We learn a little bit about their culture. Should in case we find ourselves there one day. That's why we infuse things like that on the Smart Kids show. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, my darling. What is your name, your age, and
My name is Greatness. I'm 10 years old.
Wow, Greatness. I love your name. And what school does Greatness attend?
Christ Redeemer Nursery and Primary School.
Yay, Greatness. Is this your first time of calling on the show?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you know how we answer our questions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's start with mathematics, Greatness, and then we move on to other subjects. Now, please solve this equation. 24 divided by 8 plus 2 would give Greatness what? 24 divided by 8 plus 2 would give Greatness what? 24 divided by 8 plus 2 would give you what?
6.
All right, let's move to the next question. How many syllables are in the word excitedly? How many syllables do we have in the word excitedly? How many syllables? You know what syllables are, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So 4, that is correct. Now, which day is observed as World Literacy Day? Which day in the year is observed as World Literacy Day? Next question. Now, please tell Auntie Sumbo the major city that is located on 2 continents. We have a city that is located on 2 continents. Can you tell me that city? What major city or which major city is located on 2 continents? We have how many continents? Next question. Okay. Now, what word in the English language uses all 5 vowels? Okay. Thank you very much. So I'll go with the last question to give you the correction. Okay, so which major city is located on 2 continents? Like we've been talking about continents, we've been talking about planets. Okay, and we have a major city that is located on 2 continents. What is that major city? It is Istanbul, Turkey. Okay, you can say Turkey. All right, and now I would have to explain that to you. Now, Istanbul is the only major city in the world located on 2 continents. Those continents are Europe and Asia. Okay, Europe and Asia. It's situated in Turkey, with a portion of the city on the European side and the majority on the Asian side. So if they ask you, which continent can we find Turkey? If you say Asia, you're not wrong. If you say Europe, you're not wrong. But then it is always good to know why. so that you can back it up with your answer. Okay, so the major city that is located on 2 continents is Turkey. Okay, Istanbul, Turkey. Okay, and it's located on Europe and Asia. So if they ask you to write like 5 countries in Asia and you put Turkey, you need to write or add an explanation so that your teacher will not think that you don't know what you're saying. Okay, so back it up. Always back up your answers with facts, especially when you have a little bit of tricky questions like in which major city is located on 2 continents. Thank you very much. 070550949, 080970949. Can we pick one more call or is it time to go? All right. Thank you very much for being part of the Smart Kids show this morning. Let's do this again, same time, same station tomorrow, 7:15 to 7:45. Children, we are resuming on Monday. Please go through your school things, whatever it is that you need, because mommy and daddy are already preparing to pay school fees. So they need to also prepare to get your supplies so that you can go to school seamlessly and so you can concentrate. So whatever it is that you need, please submit your list on or before Friday, so that mommy can be ready. It's already late, but it's never too late. Submit your list. If you can submit it today, please do. But latest by Friday, so that mommy and daddy will be ready for you on Monday morning. All right, children, remember, let nothing and no one stop you from achieving your dreams. Auntie SUMBO loves you. Bye-bye.
Shell's missing. All the king's horses and all the king's men.